Hello and welcome to StratiGG, where we like to geek out, spread fun, love and snuggles in strategy games and more. I'm snuGGleona and today we are looking at a game of Classic Fixed with some of our friends on Twitch. Here we'll explore some strategies on the various continents, how to play them, how to try and maximize your points in any given game, as well as using the alliances to try and form some teams and try to get some mutually beneficial outcomes for you and other players. Without further ado, let's head on in there and see how I get on. And may the spawn gods forever show you favor. We are starting in the 6th position. That will give us some tasty extra troops on turn 1. White has a very strong claim on the Europe bonus. We're going to get all the alliances going. Red has a strong play for South America. They could decide to challenge for Australia, though I highly doubt it. They could also decide to try and pivot into Africa and get some troops on North Africa. That would also be a good option for them. And it looks like our red player is going to go the no Australia, no win direction as they add all their troops in Asia and head down towards the 1-point hold bonus. We shall see how that strategy plays for them as this game progresses. Purple stakes a claim for Africa and starts to migrate out of North America. As the board currently lays, it looks like North America is our best play. Green has a 5 in South America and a 5 in Africa. They add some to North America though. And they start migrating downward. That suggests a play for South America, perhaps. We'll see how this progresses. Blue adds all to Australia, potentially dashing the dreams and hopes of our red player. We'll see how the red player responds on their turn. I am going to just full commit to North America. And we'll see how the other players respond. I think blue trying to delay white taking this bonus as long as possible is the sensible thing to do. I also have a potential play in trying to delay white by trying to migrate my troops up through into North America. White is slow rolling, and they lost some troops in the process. They are insisting on getting Europe as early as possible. Okay, red now pivots to South America. That's not good news for the green player. They did not decide to double down on the Australia bonus. Purple solidifies their claim on Africa. I think next turn we're going to see this 7 move down and fortify across. Unfortunately, that does cut off Green's access to South America. Their claim on South America now threatened as Red continues to add more and more troops in there. Our Australia Turtle player in the blue player has managed to solidify their claim, getting their first round of bonus troops, and they spend out their troops in Europe for the white player. White potentially about to take Europe very early and start to accrue quite a big lead. We try and consolidate as many troops as we can, bring them into the bonus that we want. White is going to take Europe. This is a very early Europe bonus play. I think if I'm the purple player on my turn, I add to Greenland and start migrating down to come to Africa. It would both delay the white bonus and allow them to bring some troops out of Greenland. Let's see what the purple player decides to do. I'm going to use the communication system and I'm going to say attack whites. It doesn't look like they're going to go for it. They're going to try and rush to accelerate taking Africa for themselves. How is the green player going to play this? Green breaks whites, okay. That is good for the board. Green coming back up into North America is not good for our game though. This means that me and Green are going to be in a bit of a cold war for North America. But we do not want to give up our claim to it. Okay, white has a 10 set on 3. We do not. So white is going to be able to once again stake their claim solidly for Europe. I don't think anyone's going to be able to break them this time. Red takes South America. We should see purple take Africa this turn, and then that will leave me and green unfortunately without bonuses, stuck in North America. And without someone holding North America, the white player is going to go completely uncontested and is quickly going to outgenerate all the other players. So we want to just keep staking our claim here to North America. Hopefully the green player is going to vacate. It looked like they were making moves to go that way. They sent me a communication asking me to attack blue that was in their way. Blue kindly spent out those troops, getting out of green's way. We only have a 4 trade. That is very unfortunate. We're not going to have a big influx of troops. Purple starts to trade out their 3 in Greenland. I need to be thinking about moving this 5 now. Otherwise, I might lose it next turn. Having this 5 here just saved our life. If this 5 was not here, I think green setting in with the 10 set, they would have been able to come in, kill us, take our cards, and take North America. So that is still a danger. That could still happen. So we have to set in, remove the incentive of trying to get our cards as a consolation prize. And I have to move this 5 out of purple's way. So I'm going to take a card with it. And then continue to sit in North America. So far, this has been quite a stable game. Not much spice to speak of. The white player is Jimmy J Risk. They are a Grandmaster. The red player is Leo Duet Games. They are currently a Master. Our purple player is AKA Spud Tops. Currently sitting at Expert, but they are one of Risk's top players. Definitely a Grandmaster. Mallory Lynn is our green player, currently sitting at Master. Medi Risk, our blue player, also a Master. And myself, currently sitting at around 27,000 rank points on the leaderboard, also a Grandmaster. So this is a highly skilled lobby, which goes some way to explain why there hasn't been much in the way of unpredictable or erratic plays. Everyone knows what they're doing. So I just take a couple of territories now to make it easier to take North America when I finally manage to get it. No 10 set still. Red trades in. Red is doing the passive South America play, where you stack on Peru as to not be threatening this way. Or this way. And maintaining an external stack in Asia to allow them to take cards. This is probably the highest level strategy there is for South America. This is what's known as a threat stack. If the purple player or myself breaks South America, then this unlocks the large threat stack for a retaliatory strike. That is why we call it a threat stack. The green player has yet another 10 trades. Thankfully, their large stack does not have access to come through to North America. But they do leave it on Kamchatka. This is a big threat to me. This prevents me from being able to hit this territory, Alaska, and taking North America. If I did, that would open the green stack to be able to slam through my much smaller stack and take North America for themselves. So we don't hit Alaska just yet. We hope for a 10 set coming. We have been lucky enough to get it. So we know we're going to be able to secure our borders next turn. We are going to be able to take North America eventually, which is going to leave the green player playing the passive game in Asia. It's by no means a losing strategy. Plenty of games where a player ends up without a bonus and sits in Asia with too big a stack to kill, they have gone on to win the game. That usually happens when the other players in the game go to war. But at this stage in the game, it looks like things are going to maintain this stability. Purple now takes Middle East. Another good play. This completely blocks off half of the map between them and white, adding pressure to the blue player. Red's external stack that they require to take cards, as well as the green player. So we take the +2 on Greenlands. We finally get a 10 set for ourselves, giving us a big enough stack to be a complete disincentive for green player to hit us. If they did, that would just end their game as well. So this turn we take North America and we leave our big stack in Alaska and we stake our claim to this continent. Looks like someone took out our external position though. Possibly an attempt there to incentivize the green player to go for a kill on me. I don't think it would be worth it for the green player to do it, but we'll see how it plays out. The reason I say it wouldn't be worth it for green is because it would cost them so many troops to kill me. They would only get 2 cards from me, it would not trade them in, and they would likely just immediately die afterwards to one of the other players. And so it would be the best position that green could get from doing that play would be 5th, which is still a point loss in terms of rank points. So we maintain our 1-point hold on North America. We don't start stacking on Greenland or Mexico. We don't want to seem threatening right now to either of our neighbours. And we leave our stack in Kamchatka. White is using their advantage of having the early Europe continent to great effect. They now have a massive stack, and they start leaving troops outside their bonus to add increased pressure to everyone involved here.
YouTube music.
So we're relatively safe from the threat of a green attack now. As I said before, it would end their game as well as mine. The blue player is feeling the pressure. They have to take a card in China, which blocks their main stack, which is why we're seeing the disgruntled emotes from the blue player. The blue player decides to move everything to China, not guard their bonus. Now this move is to maintain the ability of this stack to attack outwards. White didn't fancy losing their little stack that they tried to expand with, and so they retracted back into their main stack. The way this game would normally progress is the strongest player, in this case by far being white, would take out red's external, prevent red from being able to take cards unless they break either my bonus or purple's bonus. White would not be in any threat from red of having their bonus broken, and so either blue or white would be the person to do that. And so, because I've played quite a few of these games before, and I know that that's likely the next most likely thing to happen, I'm going to bolster this border slightly. Red only gets a +2 from South America, so a maximum of 5 troops that they'd be able to add there. So this makes my bonus safe from that eventuality, should someone decide to take out this red 26. White has decided to break my bonus and move their stack fully out. This is usually the moves of someone that has given up on the game. I think white might have ended up card blocked by blue, which is why they had to take a card in my bonus, and why they fortified out their full stack, threatening blue, trying to get them to withdraw. blue does indeed withdraw. Now, unfortunately, because my bonus was broken, I cannot retake my bonus with just my 3 starting troops. So I have to go all the way around the board now to regain this bonus, which I will of course do because I can't afford to go a turn without it, really. I would end up becoming too weak. And then white can retake their bonus on their turn. So me making a play against red is not a good move for me. This eventuality isn't good because, again, it would incentivize red to either card skip or move their stack here, and then I end up being without a bonus. So green being removed from the game or blue being removed from the game are the most beneficial next steps for my current position. And we do indeed see white remove red's exterior position. Now, how is red going to play this? Are they going to card skip, or are they going to insist on taking a card? They have a set, and they're going to demand access to cards in my bonus. This is not the right play as the South America player. If you end up in this situation, your best move is to just sit and card skip. You will always be too strong for someone else to kill. The purple player decided to try and capitalize on this situation, breaking both white and my bonus. This would potentially put purple into the leading position in the game. Unfortunately, because of the delayed taking of our bonus, we are behind in troops quite substantially, so we can't really make any plays. And unfortunately for red, I can't afford to have my bonus broken. So I'm going to up the ante on this border and say look for a card elsewhere purple, red. White decides to break my bonus now. It looks like the other players have decided to try and collaborate against me. So purple broke white's bonus, and instead of retaliating on purple, white has decided to move a stack into my bonus, which tells me that purple and white are communicating in the background. So now we just decide who we're going to smack. So I'm going to line up on white. Now the worst thing white could do here is move their entire stack onto this 13. Well, now we just play the, well, if I can't have a bonus, no one can game. Because it seems that all the other players are teaming on me for some reason. So if you find yourself in this situation, break everybody's bonus. They're not guarded. If people keep breaking your bonus, you have to break them back. Or they just won't stop. If I can't have a bonus, no one can. Seems like white got the message. Now, if that situation continues, there's not really much you can do, having 3 other, possibly 4 other players all teaming on you. At that point, you are the next to go out. It's just inevitable. So if you can take one of them out with you or before you, that is the best play you can make. Improve your position, your finishing position. Otherwise, you get to choose who has pissed you off the most, and you just suicide into the person that most deserves to die next. So this game has a good chance of stalemating if no one makes a move. Really, it should be the troop leaders making this move. And you select target and you send a certain amount of troops into them. To signal to the other players that I'm going to open purple stack and I'm going to put 20 troops into blue. And then hopefully purple and white will also do the same, and we can progress the game by getting blue out of the game. So we use the communication. White also puts some troops into blue. Red decides to sit it out. So yeah, we send the same communication to purple, and they also reciprocate. They also want to see the game progress. Will green also join in? Because green stands to gain the bonus if they do. Green goes for the kill. I think if green would have just put in 20 like everyone else and gone back, I think blue would have then suicided into me and it would have been less costly for green. Unfortunately, at the moment, troop count wise, we are in 4th position, despite having one of the +5s because we were broken so much. Red is still locked in South America. The only person that can really deal with red would be purple. So there's not much more we could do to progress the game at the moment without ending our own game. So we take a card and we pass for now, and we end up on 69 troops, which we dab. Looks like white is going to use their troop advantage to take the kill on green. No? Yeah, just saw a bit of lag there. So white can make this kill because of the troop, bit of troop advantage they had. And they don't really lose position from it. They're still in front of me and red. So how does red play it now? They are 3rd in terms of troops. If I am the red player here, I start to try and mobilize to combat myself. In fact, if I am the red player, I think I break everyone going into the 4-player endgame. Or perhaps just trying to combat myself, the black player. So I think what we're about to see is a common transition take place. I think purple could end up taking South America, red taking North America, and myself having to slink down into Australia, but I think that is unfortunately my best play at the moment, being last in terms of troops. So that is indeed what I'm going to do. Sadly, it is my only play. So now we sit in Australia, and we hope that the other 3 players either want to do a deal with us to improve our position, or that they end up going to war with each other, trying to gain position over one another. So we'll see red take North America. Then we'll see purple take South America, giving white, red and purple all a +5 bonus. And now, sadly, thanks to everything that happened during the game, it looks like we are almost certainly going to be the next person eliminated. So we will see how the other players try and accomplish that. Now, knowing our position of being most likely the next person out, this is the point where you want to start using the communication system, and you want to be starting trying to make a deal with someone. More often than not, if they're good players in the game with you, you would start getting messages from these 3 players saying, attack such a person, and then so that they could try and gain a position. So red is currently in 3rd place. So if they were, for example, to say attack purple to me, red goes before purple. So they would then have the chance to finish purple off, almost guaranteeing themselves 2nd place rather than 3rd. The play that red just made, though, is them just accepting 3rd place. Like, this play of all 3 players adding equal troops into me, that only leaves red in 3rd place. They don't gain anything from that, because they're already sitting in 3rd place, and that is just status quo. So a better play from red, in my opinion, would have been for red to have been communicating with me and to ask me to have sent some troops into purple. Red would have then been able to kill purple, then kill me, giving me 3rd place, purple 4th, and red going up to 2nd. And we see the messages now coming in from the red player, which, of course, seeing what has just transpired, is actually going to be our best play. Unfortunately, because white goes before red, white could try and kill me, so I'm not going to take a card this turn. So I'm going to send thumbs up, saying that, yeah, I would attack purple. But I might not get a chance now. So because turn order is more beneficial for me in terms of me hitting red and then getting a better position from white, I'm going to send that message to white instead. Because if I take the deal from red, there's a chance white kills me before I get that benefit of that deal. But if I can agree a deal with white instead, and I send all my troops into red, white could then finish off red, then me, and then slam into purple and go into the 1v1 in a big advantage over purple. So I'm going to offer the deal again. Okay, he's given me the thumbs up, so we have to make sure that we open white's stack on the way so that they are free to actually attack red. And then we send all our troops. And then if white honors the deal, they then kill red and then us, and we get third place instead of fourth. And white is going to go into the end game with a ton more territories than purple. And ahead on cards, because they're going to get red's card, trade in, and my cards. So we go out next. We managed to trade up to third position instead of fourth. And then we're going to see white slam as much as they can into purple, finishing with the large stack using the balanced blitz bonus, the balanced blitz advantage. Oh, they only get an even roll. That's quite unlucky. So the purple player unfortunately now might just have enough to take it because white didn't get a good roll on that final roll there. Yeah, and I think that's enough troops to just sweep the board. So I think purple's going to take it unless they get really bad rolls. So again, the reason I decided to try and deal with white instead of red was because of the turn order. If I'd have dealt with red, white would have had a chance to kill me after I sent all my troops into purple before I could gain any kind of positional benefit from it. And that is a GG. Some high level risk there. A game full of myself and fellow grandmasters exploring the strategies, some tips and tricks for the classic fixed game mode. I hope you all enjoyed watching it. Let me know down in the comments below. Do you have any tips, tricks, advice and or criticism from what you saw in the game? Do you have anything to add? Get your comments down below and we can get the conversation started so that we can all improve our game of Risk. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the content, why not hit the subscribe and like buttons so that you don't miss out on future content. See you next time for some more fun, love and snuggles in our never-ending quest for the GG.